Right, I'm going to start painting the complementary colors. So this is your dull ring. So in review, the outside ring is your pure hues. The second ring is your tints or your light values. The third ring is your shades. And your fourth ring is your dull colors, or we use complementary colors to make it. So I'm going to make a dull yellow by adding a little violet, and I'm going to make a dull violet by adding a little bit of yellow. So the first thing I've got to do is mix my violet. So I've got to use my cool red and my blue. You want to make sure that you mix enough so that you can use it on both sides. My brush, and I'm going to take my red, mix it, hydrate it. I have blue violet, so I'm wiping my brush. I'm going to add some more cool red. Still blue violet. Remember, when you're hydrating, all you're doing is touching the brush in the water. What it does is it keeps the paint wet so that it doesn't dry out. Alright, I'm almost there. I'm going to put a little bit more in. Alright, now I've got my violet. So, to make my dull yellow, I'm going to take some yellow, and probably what's just in my brush, because I just wiped it. So your dull yellow is going to look kind of like a mustard color. Make sure when you hydrate, you're hydrating because that helps to mix the colors so that you don't have streaks. So here's my dull yellow. Again, the blocks are getting smaller. Go to a smaller brush. Wipe some paint off to control it. There's my dull yellow. Alright, to make my dull violet, I'm going to do just the opposite. I'm going to take my violet, which is right here, and I'm going to add some of the dull yellow to it. So when you dull a color, what you're doing is you're browning it. You're taking the colors, they're on a value scale, and they're coming together and they are neutralizing each other. And when they neutralize each other, that means that they're browning the colors. So they're not dark colors, they're dull colors. Dark is with black, dull is with your complementary colors. Alright, so now I've got to do yellow, green, and red violet. So I'm going to take my violet, and that's why you want to mix plenty. I'm going to take my violet and add some more red to it. And hopefully I have enough. If I don't, then I'm going to have to mix some more paint. Alright, so I have my red violet. Now I've got to make my yellow green. Now we are crossing over colors. So because we're doing that, I can't just wipe the brush now. To make yellow green, I've got to clean my brush. So I rinsed my brush out in the water, and now I should be able to make a clean yellow green. Remember that yellow green is mostly yellow, it's just a touch of blue. It's lime, the color lime if you think about it. Alright, so there's my yellow green. So this change is going to happen with just a little bit. So just a little bit will change the yellow green. If you put a whole lot in there, it's going to go brown, and you're going to have to add more yellow green, which I added too much. So I'm going to mix my yellow green into my red violet. And paint my red violet first. I'm going to have to mix some more yellow green because my yellow green right now is too brown. So that means it's crossing the center line and it's becoming more of a dull red violet. So again, I'm going to have to rinse my brush, dry it off. So this is what I have right now. So I'm going to mix a little bit more yellow green into it. Dull means that it is dulling the color. So I should still see yellow green. Alright, now I've got it. Again, mix more than you think because you don't want to have to run out and mix the color again. So mix more than you think. So you can see right there that those both are brown colors. So your yellow looks kind of like mustard, your yellow green getting close to sometimes your army green, and these are also brown as well. So I'm going to continue on, finish these on a time lapse.